Right now, the United States and other world powers are up against a Monday deadline to try to reach a nuclear deal with Iran. Secretary of State John Kerry is embarking on a flurry of last-minute diplomacy, insisting that now is the time to get this done. Let's talk about it with Waleed Phares, a Fox News Middle East and terrorism analyst. He's also the author of The Lost Spring, U.S. Policy in the Middle East and the Catastrophes to Avoid. So how would you describe Iran's cooperation with the world powers when it comes to negotiating this nuclear deal, Waleed?
Well, first of all, if we look at the big picture, we really understand what the Iranian regime is trying to do. It's been 9 years that the Iranians have decided to build that program. They have not changed their mind. It's been 6 years where we've adopted the strategy of negotiation and putting sanctions. It did not work. It's been 1 year, John, that we have that interim deal, and the UN is telling us that the Iranian regime is not delivering. Iran is doing something else, meanwhile, John.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual that even the UN is more skeptical about Iran and its intentions than the U.S. government.
Well, of course, I mean, the UN has an experience with countries that are willing to let go of their nuclear structure or material. Take the example of South Africa and of Ukraine. It was a matter of few months between these two countries and the UN to dismantle this structure. Now it has been 9 years or 6 years, and the UN is not able to get what it wants from Iran.
You say there are two areas that tell you that the Iranians are intent on producing nuclear weapons. Can you talk about your evidence?
Yes, John. Yeah. The one area that many experts can see now, we've been talking about it with Congress and European Parliament for the last many years now, is the missiles. The kind of missiles, the structure of the missiles, the range of these missiles that the Iranian regime has been developing can indicate only one thing. You don't put dynamites. You don't put any other explosive than WMDs, or in this case, nukes. They have a fleet of these missiles. Number two, who is in control of the nuclear program in Iran? Who is the actual defender of that nuclear power, or power to be? It's the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. It's the intelligence service. So if it's really for purpose of peace and technology, you don't put your intelligence service and the military intelligence in charge of that program.
So what about the mistakes the U.S. is making here?
We're making the following mistakes. Number one, we're trusting too fast, and then we're giving to the Iranian regime without getting anything. What viewers need to understand that this last year, the administration gave close to $1 billion from Iranian frozen money to the regime, without getting anything back from the regime. And number two, very serious, we have abandoned the Iranian opposition. So what kind of pressure do we have against the Iranian regime? We are giving them cash and we cancel our support to the Iranian opposition. We're not going to get much from Tehran, in my view.
What's driving the train? Is it the eagerness of the administration to get some kind of a deal?
Somehow it seems to me, and some other experts, that the administration has been convinced that the Iranian regime, at the end of the day, it will take some time, they will come along and meet the requirement of the international community. But I am worried that there could be something else. I am worried, and there are some signals out there, that some in the administration believe that at the end of the day, if the Iranians will obtain their missiles and their nukes, and we have a political arrangement with them, that would work. That's a Cold War kind of an arrangement. That could be very dangerous if true.
Waleed Phares, our Fox News terrorism analyst. Waleed, thank you.